Hi, I'm Talia Treen, the Eye Care Liaison Officer for Birmingham Children's Hospital, Eye Department. I've got Melissa with me today, who's also another Eye Care Liaison Officer known as ECLOS within my team. We are here to role play and inform you of how to guide a visually impaired person from anything of taking them to a chair, greeting them in a waiting area, also guiding around any areas, maybe going up some stairs. Aside of that, it's using the appropriate language on how to talk to somebody with a visual impairment, and as Eye Care Liaison Officers we are here to provide emotional and practical support which will then enable your learning from us to provide this to your patients. So the first clip we're going to show you on how to guide a visually impaired person is using sim specs. That Melissa is going to be my wonderful assistant. So once Melissa obviously puts these on, the don't thing to do now with a visually impaired person is turn around and be like, come on, we're going. Another thing not to do is link arms and then walk with that person because you've got no control. So the correct way to guide a visually impaired person is the way now we're going to show you. Good morning, Melissa. Are we ready?
Yes, I'm ready
to do some sight guide training. If you can kindly hold my elbow as like a Coke can, and the elbow and the arm is put into an L position. You always then stand one step ahead of the person that you're guiding, and they have control over the elbow. We're now going to start walking down the corridor, and if at any time we go into a short gap, I'm going to demonstrate it now, but the idea is that you drop your arm behind your back and the person will come into single file. That way it identifies that we're going through a tight gap. Once you're out of that area, you can then hold the arm back up again and continue, which we are now going to demonstrate. Are we ready to go?
Absolutely.
Super. We're just going to continue the walking. So one thing as well, just to mention, is always ask the person that you're guiding which arm they would prefer. Melissa, would you prefer me on your left or your right?
On my left, please.
Okay, so we're going back to the L shape of the arm and Melissa holding in a Coke can position. Is the pace okay for you?
That's perfect.
No problem. So it's all flat level grounding, which is one thing to also mention. And we're now going to bear left down the corridor. I suppose it's always good to tell somebody as well which way you're positioning, left and right, so you're not throwing them around. So we're now going to demonstrate to you a role play, how to go through a door of guiding someone with a visual impairment. Melissa, my arm, brilliant, as a Coke can, as I keep saying, and we're now going to demonstrate and go through the door. Are we ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Fantastic. So the door is going to open to the left-hand side. We're going to drop to single file as well. The door is now open on the left, and we're coming through a tight gap on the right. Guide aware and train on how to guide somebody up a set of stairs. So Melissa is now on my left hand side but her right, and I'm going to take her to the rail first, always the rail, and then we'll talk it step by step. So my arm now is on your right and my left, and we're going to start stepping to the rail. We've now placed Melissa's hand at the bottom of the rail. Melissa, that is the bottom of the rail.
Brilliant.
And we're now going to find the step. The best way to find the step is keep obviously sliding your feet until you feel, and you can kind of give it a bit of a kick that you know that that's the bottom of the step. From there, we drag our foot up, and we know that that is our first step. We're going to start stepping up shortly, and I will stay as close to Melissa, but not so much as one step ahead, because Melissa now will be having a lot more to concentrate on of a rail her feet in and still knowing that I'm next to her. Are we ready to start stepping up?
I'm ready to go.
One thing is also never give a rough idea that we've got 10 steps to go, because if you haven't got 10 steps, we don't want to cause obviously any hazards. So the best thing when you get to the top is tell somebody that that is the last step. So we will now go.
Let's do it.
Let's start stepping from now. Melissa's following the rail, and now we're going to step up, and that is your last step. Melissa follows the rail round. That will give an indication of where she wasn't being guided or was on her own with a cane, the distance between the stairs if there is another step. So we're now going to demonstrate coming down the stairs. So again, now Melissa is on my left, her right, and we've got the arm back into the position that you're never going to forget. And we're going to start heading towards stepping down the stairs. Are we okay to go?
Let's do it.
Okay, so again, we're going to now find the rail and we place Melissa's hand on the rail. This time round, you revert from finding the toes to step up to finding your heel to step down for safety. So Melissa, we're going to start moving towards the edge of the step. And as you start feeling the step, we're going to slide when you feel the edge of it, the heel down. And we're on the first step. Okay,
yeah.
Are you comfortable to keep moving?
I'm ready to.
We're now going to start stepping down. So now we're about to approach the bottom of the stairs. So to comfortably guide and assist the visually impaired person down, we're going to step down and step down onto the last step. And Melissa will use the bottom of the rail to now identify that there's nothing further and we're back on flat ground. This demonstration is going to be now guiding from the shoulder. So if you've got somebody more of a height difference in themselves than yourselves, or they may just be comfortable with holding the shoulder than wanting to hold the arm, then the idea is the way that we now demonstrate it, and always ask them as well which they prefer, the shoulder or the arm. Are you happy to be guided from the shoulder?
Yes.
Would you like me on your left or right?
On my left, please.
On your left. So you're going to take my right shoulder and we are now going to start walking. I'm going to open the door on the left hand side, which is now open to the left, and we're going to bear right down the corridor to the next set of doors. To help patients identify the eye department within the hospital, we have areas A and B, and to get between A and B, we have the wonderful blue line, and we also have the handrail, which then they can follow. We're currently at area B, which will take them down to area A. We're now going to demonstrate to you how to guide somebody to a chair. What you shouldn't do is use a chair that's on wheels, because of guiding somebody over to it, it's not sturdy enough. So I'm going to move that one out of the way, but I just wanted to say the don'ts, and now we're going to do the do's. Are you happy? On my left hand side, your right?
Yes, that would be perfect for me.
I'm now going to guide you to the chair. So as we walk to the chair, I'm going to take Melissa to the side of the chair, but now guide her hand to the back of the chair. This gives Melissa the stability to know that that's the back, and she will now guide her hand down to find the seating. Melissa, as shown, will swiftly move over and sit down comfortably. We are now going to show you how not to call a patient in a waiting area. Obviously we're not in a waiting area, but the area we're using will still give you the understanding. Melissa,
Did someone call me?
this is now the way of how you should call and support a person with a visual impairment in the waiting area. Melissa?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Talia, the Eye Care Liaison Officer. Are you happy to come to my room?
Yes.
Would you like to be guided?
Yes, please.
Is there any particular side that you'd like me to be on?
On my left-hand side, please.
Okay, so I'll give you my right arm. If you're happy to hold my elbow or shoulder.
Your elbow for me, please.
No problem. We're going to start going.
Thank you.
Explain to you, using various resources that are within my room, how to map out an inpatient's table if they're about to eat food. So this is my idea of the plate. We've got a knife, fork and a spoon, and we've got a bottle of water. So we should explain to them that the plate, although I'm sat at an angle, is directly in front of them. We're using contrast, so if the plate was white and they was eating anything like white rice or a white piece of fish, it would just be blended on the plate. The idea would be to use a different coloured plate with white rice that would then show contrast. An idea and a top tip I would advise is if a child is okay telling the time, you can explain the plate as a clock. So 12 o'clock could be maybe peas and chips at 6 o'clock. The child can retain independence and keep eating. With a drink, I'm using a bottle of water. You should always explain to them whether it's to the left of the plate, the right of the plate, or even in front of them. Thank you for watching myself and Melissa demonstrating visual awareness training. If you would like any further information, please approach an ECLO or contact the RNIB website for further resources.